Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, December 15th, 2023, at 12:45. Let's briefly discuss the foreign exchange market for today. Profits were made from the movements in the euro and the British pound during these two events. However, the performance in gold was not very favorable. The first move in gold resulted in losses, so the overall net profit for yesterday was only a few $1,000s. Yesterday, the market, relatively speaking, maintained a strong characteristic. The US dollar was notably weak, continuing its downward trend. Gold against the US dollar continued to show strength, consolidating at high levels, reaching around 47-48. However, it couldn't hold steady and eventually dropped back below 40. On the other hand, the euro and the British pound exhibited strength, continuing to rise. The speeches from the Bank of England met expectations, while the European Central Bank was unexpectedly hawkish, displaying a firm stance. This contributed to the upward movement of gold and the continued decline of the US dollar. So today, the market is quite straightforward. In terms of the current approach, it's relatively simple. If you're going to trade, go with the trend. Today, regarding the US dollar index data, the suggestion is to consider a bearish position. The rebound seems weak already, but for the sake of caution, you'll notice that the provided entry points in the video are relatively high. Generally, these positions are set higher for the sake of stability and caution. Even if it turns out that you can't enter the market at those levels, it's better than risking unnecessary losses after entering today. Regarding the US dollar index, consider shorting around 100.4 during the rebound. As for gold, the suggestion is to continue buying on dips. Personally, there's a growing confidence in today's upward movement for gold. Yesterday, gold attempted to break through 2040 but couldn't hold. However, today's trend looks very strong. If gold can stabilize above 2040 and move towards 2050, the probability seems significant from my perspective. In today's market, continue to buy on dips. Currently, it's around 2036. Looking at yesterday's low point, consider a slightly lower entry point, perhaps around 2025. This is a cautious approach, anticipating a potential break around 2025, which might offer an opportunity to go long on gold. For the euro, the suggestion is to continue buying on dips. Yesterday, the euro formed a large bullish candle due to a hawkish statement on the eurozone. Currently, the euro is in a crucial resistance zone. If there's a correction from this point, it's entirely normal. If the euro doesn't rise today and instead moves lower, it's a reasonable and expected scenario. It depends on your strategy. Some might choose to short at higher levels, while others might consider going long at lower levels. If I were to trade today, I would consider buying on a dip, looking at a long position for the euro around 1.093. Talking about the British pound, the suggestion is to continue thinking about going long. The pound's trend has essentially established its strength and has already completely broken through. It's relatively easy to trade with good position opportunities. Looking at the 4-hour chart and the previous consolidation area, if the price revisits that area, consider going long around 1.271. We are considering a long position in that vicinity. The suggestion for the USD index is to continue rebounding and go short around 100.4. As for gold, consider going long on a pullback around 2025. If the price drops below 2025, there's a chance it might reach 2020 or 2023, but the probability seems low. For the euro, consider going long on a pullback around 1.093, and 93-94 are also viable entry points. Regarding the British pound, think about going long on a pullback around 1.271.